Let me tell you something. What you're about to hear isn't for everyone. So please, pay attention. You think people love you. You think smiles mean loyalty. You think kindness protects you. But what if everything you believe about love is a lie? This world runs on masks. Behind every compliment, there's calculation. Behind every friendly nod, there's envy. And behind every "I'm happy for you," there's a whisper that says, "Why not me?" Niccolo Machiavelli once said that love is fragile, but fear endures. He was right, because love fades when interests change, but fear stays even when affection dies. In this episode, we'll strip away every illusion you've been fed. We'll explore why people secretly resent success, why your victories awaken hatred instead of admiration, and why no amount of kindness can protect you from envy. This is not a story about cruelty. It's a lesson in survival. If you want to lead, to win, to stand unbroken, you must understand the truth about human nature. People don't hate you because you're evil. They hate you because you remind them of what they're not. Your strength exposes their weaknesses. Your confidence highlights their insecurity. Your success magnifies their failure. The more you shine, the darker their hearts grow. The higher you rise, the more knives you attract. Hatred is not your enemy, it's the price of significance. Welcome to the psychology of hatred and power, where we uncover why being loved is a myth, and being feared is survival. Stay with me. By the end of this, you'll never see people the same way again. Walk into any room and you'll see it. Smiles, greetings, warmth. But none of it is real. It's theater. A ritual of deception we call friendship. People don't love you. They love what you give them. They love how you make them feel. They love your usefulness. When that usefulness ends, their affection ends too. Gratitude fades faster than memory. Loyalty lasts only as long as benefit. The friend who praises you today may envy you tomorrow. The colleague who applauds your success silently compares it to his own failure. And the ally who swears devotion dreams of taking your place. This is the truth hidden beneath polite society. Men act from self-interest, not sincerity. They smile to survive, not to serve. Even the kindest words often hide resentment, for when you rise, you remind others of their stagnation. When you achieve, you expose what they could not. And when you shine, you cast shadows over their egos. Do not mistake flattery for friendship. Flattery is camouflage. It's how envy hides in plain sight. Men flatter those they secretly hate, because flattery buys time. It keeps them close, it keeps them safe, and it gives them opportunity. Love without motive does not exist. Every connection is a transaction, every alliance a calculation. To believe otherwise is to walk blindfolded into betrayal. For the dagger that ends you will not come from an enemy's hand, but from the friend who smiled while sharpening it. Human nature wears a mask. If you forget that, it will devour you. Envy is not born in the eyes, it is born in the heart. The moment someone sees you rise, they won't confess it. They'll call you inspiring. They'll say, "I'm happy for you," but inside, something tightens. A silent voice asks, "Why not me?" Every step you climb is a reminder of their own stagnation. Every victory you celebrate echoes like failure in their ears. Your success becomes a mirror they cannot escape, and what they see reflected back is their own inadequacy. You don't need to flaunt your wins to offend them. Your very existence does it for you. You became proof that excuses are lies, that talent, effort, and will can outshine comfort. And that truth burns. It burns the lazy. It burns the fearful. It burns those who chose to settle while you chose to rise. They won't attack you outright. That would expose them. Instead, envy hides behind virtue. It dresses itself in moral words. It whispers, "You've changed." It says, "You've forgotten where you came from." But what it really means is, "You've gone where I never will." Even your kindness becomes an offense. Because the hand that gives is always above the hand that receives, and men hate looking up more than anything else. The more generous you are, the more they resent you. They'll say you're showing off. They'll say you think you're better, because deep down, they already believe you are. This is the cruel irony of success. The better you become, the fewer people can celebrate it sincerely. Your circle shrinks, your praise fades, and admiration turns to quiet hatred. That's not your failure. That's the cost of becoming exceptional. To stand out is to expose others. To grow is to remind the stagnant that they are still. So when you feel the shift in their tone, the coolness in their voice, remember this: it's not what you did that changed them. It's what you became. And envy will always hate the mirror that shows it the truth. Power changes everything, not only for you, but for everyone who stands around you. The moment you rise, the air shifts. People start to look at you differently. Their words stay the same, but their hearts do not. Power is a light that blinds those who stare too long. It exposes weakness, it forces comparison. And comparison breeds resentment. They will smile at you, but they will no longer see you as equal. Your confidence becomes intimidation. Your authority becomes a threat. Your presence alone becomes a reminder of their smallness. Do not think this hatred is loud. The most dangerous kind is quiet. It grows beneath laughter, beneath loyalty, beneath polite applause. It hides in the moments when they say, "I'd never want your life," while secretly dreaming of taking it. Every crown casts a shadow, and within that shadow, envy multiplies. The more you rise, the darker it grows. The people who once lifted you will begin to pull you down, not because you wronged them, but because your ascent exposed their stillness. Power is not evil, but it reveals evil. It reveals greed. It reveals insecurity. It reveals how thin the mask of friendship truly is. Even your victories become weapons against you. For each time you win, someone else loses. Each time you are praised, another man feels forgotten. And forgotten men become bitter soldiers in the army of resentment. That is why the powerful must learn caution. Not paranoia, but awareness. You cannot stop people from hating you, but you can stop them from surprising you. Watch the eyes, not the lips. Listen to the silence between the words. For true hatred rarely speaks, it studies. And when the moment comes, it strikes not from the front, but from behind. Power does not destroy you. The misunderstanding of it does. To hold power and stay naive is to invite your own ruin, because the throne you sit upon is also a target. Every leader faces a question older than kingdoms. Is it better to be loved or to be feared? Most will say loved, because love sounds pure. It sounds noble. It feels safe. But those who have ruled, who have built, who have fought to stay above the crowd, they know the truth. Love is fragile. Fear endures. Love depends on emotion. It fades when the winds change. It dies when it no longer benefits them. But fear roots itself in the mind. It does not depend on gratitude. It survives betrayal, pride, and envy. A man who loves you may turn on you if it serves him. A man who fears you will think twice before crossing you. Because fear demands respect, even when affection fails. This does not mean cruelty. Cruelty breeds rebellion. It breeds hatred without restraint. But controlled fear, disciplined power, creates stability. When men fear your strength, they respect your boundaries. They measure their words. They think before they act. They know the cost of disobedience. The wise ruler balances both. He allows admiration, but never dependence. He inspires loyalty, but never entitlement. He makes people love his fairness, but fear his judgment. Love without power is weakness. Power without control is chaos. But fear balanced with wisdom becomes command. Look through history. The rulers who sought to be loved fell first. They were betrayed not by their enemies, but by those who once adored them. The ones who understood fear, Caesar, Catherine, Napoleon, lasted longer, because men hesitate before defying those they fear. Hesitation is survival. Even in your own life, this rule applies. A father who demands only love loses his children's respect. A teacher who seeks only kindness loses authority. A leader who chases affection becomes a servant to it. Love is optional. Fear is reliable. And the man who commands both rules unchallenged. To be hated is not a curse. It is a consequence. It means you matter. It means you have weight in the world. The man who is loved by everyone has never stood for anything. He is never challenged, never changed, never disturbed. He is comfortable and invisible. But the moment you stand out, you summon opposition. Hatred follows significance like a shadow. The brighter the flame, the darker the outline it casts. To rise above others is to remind them of what they are not. And no man forgives the mirror that shows his weakness. Even the purest hearts attract enemies. The honest man is despised by liars, the virtuous by the corrupt, the brave by the cowardly. Goodness itself becomes a threat because it exposes what others hide. Look through history and you'll see it repeated. Socrates poisoned for speaking truth. Caesar stabbed by those who once swore loyalty. Christ crucified by the very men who preached faith. They were not destroyed for their flaws, but for their influence. To be strong is to disturb the weak. To be just is to enrage the unjust. To be great is to offend mediocrity. You cannot escape hatred, not through kindness, not through silence, not through withdrawal. If you speak little, they call you proud. If you speak much, they call you arrogant. If you stay humble, they call you false. Men invent reasons to hate those they cannot control. So do not waste your life chasing universal love. It does not exist. Love pleases few, power offends many, and truth isolates all who speak it. Instead, learn to carry hatred like armor. Study your enemies, understand them, turn their resentment into energy, their doubt into fuel, because the man without enemies is not peaceful. He is irrelevant. To be hated means you are seen. To be seen means you are alive, and to be alive means you have power. Embrace that price. It's the cost of being real in a world built on masks. So now, you see it. Love is conditional. Loyalty is strategic. And hatred is honest. People don't despise you because you failed. They despise you because you dared to rise. Because your strength exposes their weakness. Because your confidence reminds them of what they lack. You've learned that success attracts envy. That power reveals hidden resentment. That fear lasts longer than love. And that being hated is not your downfall. It is your proof of significance. To live without enemies is to live without impact. To be loved by all is to stand for nothing. So walk boldly. Be unafraid of their whispers. Let their hatred become your signal that you are still climbing. You cannot control how they feel about you, but you can control what you do with it. Turn resentment into reason. Turn opposition into discipline. Turn their envy into your fire. For in the end, greatness is not built from love. It is forged in resistance. And the man who learns to master hatred, masters himself. If you found truth in these words, if they woke something in you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to Psychology Insights for more deep dives into the hidden motives of the human mind. Like the video, share it, and help others see the world without illusions. Because understanding people isn't cynicism, it's power, and power is survival.